Hi everyone, it's Øyvind Martinsen here. I am in Romsdal in Norway, and it's early winter morning, and behind me here I have some huge mountains. I have the 3,000 feet vertical troll wall, the highest rock face in Northern Europe, and the peaks Trolltind on the... So it's magnificent. I have the river here in the foreground, and now I'm going to play with the landscape here, and let's see what we can do. I'm going to use my 18mm call-size wide-angle lens. I have cable release, tripod, and my Canon EOS 5D camera. Behind me here is a beautiful river, and I'm going to use that as my foreground. And I have to shoot vertical images here because it's 1,700 meters from where I am now and up to the summits. So I have to shoot verticals to be able to get the river in the foreground and the summits. I have my graduated neutral density filters. Here in my right pocket I have the hardstop filters, and in my left pocket I have the softstop filters. So then I can work fast and be able to control the light in extreme lighting situations. I'm going to use my 3-stop soft hard wheel Ravel graduated neutral density filter, and I'm holding it in front of the lens. I have my cable release. Now I'm going to change lens from my 18mm wide-angle lens to my 24 to 70mm, and I'm going to shoot a panorama image of the mountains here. So when I change lens I switch off the camera to avoid the dust on the sensor. So we have it. Now the light is shifting very fast and the sun is coming and going. Very beautiful. In the 1980s and 1990s I was a climber, and I climbed many of these mountains, including the 3,000 feet vertical troll wall to the left here. Now I'm going to shoot a panorama shot. I'm going to take several images and then stitch them together in Adobe Lightroom. I'm shooting with my 24 to 70mm lens, and I'm using the zoom at 50mm. Now I'm going to show you how you stitch together some images for a panorama shot. And I have 4 here, 4 images. 2 images in the upper line, this one and this one. And 2 in the lower line, this one and this one. So what I need to do is to mark them here, and then I go up to photo and go to photo merge, Then I select panorama. And now you see the computer is working, Adobe Lightroom is working, and it's creating a panorama. Look here. This is from the 4 images. And it is important that you overlap the images about 25% when you take them out in the field. Then the program will find the connections. And then when you see everything is okay here, then you can click on the merge button. And now Adobe Lightroom will create a new file, a new DNG file from these 4 raw files. And DNG stands for digital negative. And we can edit that file in the same way we do with the raw files. Now we can see up here the computer is working. Now we have a new file here. This is the new DNG file. This is stitched together from 4 images, one in this frame, another one down here, and another one here, and one up here. And each image overlap approximately 25%. So this is a DNG file, a digital negative, and we can edit that the same way as we do with the raw file. And we can do a quick development. I want to adjust the color temperature a little bit. I need a little bit warmer tones. Then I get the golden glow here on these sunlit spots. Then I drag the color temperature to the right, get warmer tones. Need to go a little bit higher to 8,000 something. There, 8,900. And do the contrast here approximately. And you see we have some shadows here that can be okay, but one very good tool in Adobe Lightroom is the shadow here, and we can lift the shadow slider and the shadow tones will become a little bit brighter. So we can take it up pretty far up. Then we get more details here in the shadow areas. And we can do the clarity that sharpens the medium tones around 25. And we can boost up the colors a little bit with the vibrance up to 45. And a little bit on the saturation. Drag it up. Then we get the warm tones. Now it looks like the colors in the old Fujichrome Velvia slide films we used back in the days of film. We go down to sharpen image, drag it up to 58, 1.1 on the radius. Now do the masking, and then I mark the areas that don't need sharpening, and that is the sky and blank surfaces. I drag it up to around 40. And the dark areas here now will not be sharpened because they don't need sharpening. See, the snow patches and the sky will not be sharpened. Then we get better quality on the image. There we have it. And I'm going to do the profile corrections here. Each lens has its optical deviations, and also want to remove the chromatic aberration that can be color lines between the, for example, the mountain here and the sky. It can be different colors on these aberrations, but we can remove them. Then I go to the profile here, and I want to keep my vignette. I get a little bit darker tones here at the edges of the picture. And I think we are done. So this was a quick development. Let's see it in full frame. So this is an image stitched together from 4 images. then you get a very large file, and you can print very large prints. Now avalanche is coming down, very nice. You're safe here, but it's pretty big. Now it's a lot of snow and a snow cloud. It's typical at this time of year. We have these avalanches in these big rock faces. Now I'm using my polarizing filter. I have the sun from the left, and they're lighting up the summits here. I get the very dense colors, nice contrasts, beautiful. So I rotate the filter by turning the ring here, and what you see is what you get. Here you can see my image. This is without the polarizing filter on full effect. Then I rotate the polarizing filter. You can see what happens. Get more deep blue and better contrasts. It was an awesome morning here in Romsdalen in Norway. I got some very good pictures, and now it's time to go in and take a look at them on the computer, and I'll see you there. Hi again, I have uploaded my photos on the computer, and this is the first one today. I used ISO 200, I used aperture f16, and the shutter speed was 2.0 seconds, and the 2 seconds exposure gave me water here in motion blur, because the river is moving very fast, and it paints itself into the picture. With the aperture f16 I get depth of field from here in the foreground, the rocks in the foreground, and to the mountains in the far background. And from here I stand, it's 1,700 meters up to the summit here, and I needed to shoot vertical to be able to take in everything here, from the sky above the mountains and the river in the foreground. So I used the 18mm Carl size wide angle lens, and that's one of my favorite lenses. I also converted the image to black and white, can be nice too. And then we come to the panorama. This is my panorama from today, and it's stitched together from 4 images, and then you get a very large file, and you can print large prints. You can see my settings here, up here. I use the same settings for all 4 images. That's very important when you shoot panoramas. So I had ISO 200, I had my focal length on 50mm, and I used my 24 to 70mm lens, and I zoomed in to 50mm. That's a so-called normal lens, and the aperture was f16, and the shutter speed was 1/5 of a second. So that's one technique you can learn and use, and then you can get larger files and different composition than the normal frame in the camera. It takes some time to be able to train your eye and your brain to see the landscape compositions in the panorama format, but just start and try. And then we came into the polarizing filter section, and I used the singh-ray color combo polarizing filter, and as you saw, the polarizing filter gives me that deep blue color, and that gives me a good contrast to the white clouds and also get better colors, better tones in the colors here. So the color combo filter is my favorite polarizing filter. Another composition also with the color combo polarizing filter. The light changed and I changed my composition. And another one. So this was my pictures from today, and thank you for watching so far. Please share, like and subscribe to my channel, and over the next weeks, months and years I will produce a lot of videos in the outdoor photography field. And don't sit at home and wait for inspiration, because inspiration will come to you out in the field. And work hard in the field, and select harder in the selection process on your computer. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video here at Nature Explorations with Øyvind Martinsen.